Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's look will be this art the clown and it is artwork recreation from Lynn 308's artwork that I have recreated her artwork kinda many times. And yeah, this time the art the clown for Halloween. Actually, I am filming this in summer, in July, and it has been really hot. So I've been kind of like sweating everything out and I am sick, so it was a struggle and I would really need to sneeze or my nose is full, but I still need to film some videos. But anyways, if you wanna see how I get this look, then please keep on watching. I forgot to film what I was doing. Basically, just used a white cream paint on this area, and these will be black, but I will be painting them with a like water activated paints, and these are cream paints since I will be adding like eyeshadows to make it like grayish shadows. But right now, like I just sketched them out here, and I will be lining these pieces. I'm actually using the She Glams pencil, but I will use the Epic ink liner later on, but I will just sketch out the lines so I know where I will apply the shadows, and after I apply the shadows I will be then going back to line it even more with a, since this is not really like pigmented black, I will be using the Epic ink liner. After sketching all the lines to my body, I will take the JeffreeStar Cremated palette. You can just use any grey eyeshadows and just start shadowing all the wrinkly ruching parts, like kind of like on the inside. I did deepen out the highest corners of them and then used the lighter grey to kind of like paint it fully grey. And then use it also black one to deepen it out even more. Of course, you could just do this with a like face paints and grey one and then just shadow it. But I do like to use always eyeshadows when making shadings. I feel like it just turns out looking better. So just gonna use eyeshadows to do that. On the other side, I will be shadowing under the ruching wrinkly part. Just gonna use kind of like middle toned grey under there and then dab in with the fluffier brush and then just kind of like fading it out using the lighter grey, and then taking smaller brush and deepening again with the black eyeshadow. Then I will be using the same grey one. I will be dabbing it on throughout the whole neck part, so where the ruching, wrinkly thing start, I will stop there and go higher up and just dab on the gray throughout the whole neck piece. Of course, it would be easier just to probably paint it with the gray one, but I will go in with the eyeshadows. Then I'm gonna take the Grimas water makeup. I think I used that one this time. And just the normal body paint and painting the rest of the shoulders and hand with the white one to blend into my background. If you use like blue background or green or black, just paint always accordingly to that the rest of the areas, so you will blend into the background easier. When I have done that, I'm gonna take the black paint. I think this was also the Grimas water makeup, and I will be painting the rest of the areas with the black, so the right hand and then the left side of my body, which is like right side now that you watch it. Next to the furry ball thing, or those that are on the middle, like that ball, I will be leaving like white outline, and then also this one wrinkle, because otherwise they would just blend into the black one, so you need to have some sort of outline onto them, so they do, like, you can see them, that they are actually there. And once those are done, I will be taking the NYX Epic ink liner and just line everything. Basically the same thing that I already did, but now just a bit thicker line, and just gonna outline everything. And normally when you apply the eyeshadows, the liner that you applied first will kind of like disappear, so you need to deepen it up anyways. So just lining everything back in there. And all the shadowy parts, I will be also adding these tiny lines, like sideways, how it is on the artwork. And just watching all time the artwork to make it as same as possible. On the outlines, I will be just using the paint and this tiny brush and just outlining it with that, so I don't waste my Epic ink. And then also there is this neck kind of like ruching part, so I will be painting also that in. You can actually see that it doesn't look quite right. I will be adding these paper, like black paper pieces, to continue kind of like the ruching, so it doesn't just stop straight up, and then it would look great. I did also add like lines with the NYX Epic ink liner onto the gray shadowy neck part, and then outlined everything with the white paint from Grimas and a small brush, so they would like pop out more and you can see like the lines that I have made even more. I did also stop recording and went to put a bold cap. I think I did it between. I placed the bold cap and then glued on my eyebrows, glued off. I glued my eyebrows out. And then I'm gonna use the Kryolan Supracolor Clown White. That is the best paint ever for now, I think. I have used it like 8 years and it's still the best. I will be using that one and painting the whole head white. And then just powdering the whole surface after that. You can kind of see when you do this, my hairline, that the other side is like white and the other side is black, because you should always like layer things up to cover first the hair. But since I will be kind of like painting all these things or adding eyeshadows into them, they will kind of like disappear. You cannot really notice them. And yeah, I will be layering still on the middle part where you can see the line between my hair, like the white and black. I will be applying like second layer of the cream paint after the shadowing, so, and also on the forehead actually later on. But I will be taking the gray one and just shadow the both sides of my head with the gray. Then I will pick the eyeshadows that I will be using, and I do have these P.Louise, 2 of the, I think it was Unlock Your Creativity, and the other one, pink and the green palette. I wouldn't go with the P.Louise palettes if I wouldn't ever make these kind of paintings. Like if I were just to do normal makeup, I don't think I would ever go with those big palettes, because I don't think who would need all the shades. But for me, since I do these face paints, I really love the palettes. Like I love the colors. They are a bit similar, but when you make these kind of paintings, they are just really great. And I have been using them many times for these kind of makeups. And I do really love pastel shades, so the palettes are really great for the pastel shades. Really love them. But I will be using those ones, like both of them. There is like darker shades on the other palette and lighter shades on the other one. So just mixing them up and using the shades that I think would be the best match for the artwork. This will look kind of crazy right now, like I look insane, but it will turn out great. I did go first a little bit with the deeper like turquoise shade and shade the nose and also the eyes, like on like shadowing the eyes. And then I went with the lighter pastel turquoise and just shaded all the places where I would need to apply the darker shade and kind of like blend the darker out with the lighter shade. And putting like the line between the white and the darkest shade, so I know where to place the dark shade and blend out, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. So I will be picking up the shadows. I think I did mix up a couple of shades to get this kind of turquoise shade, and then just start dabbing it on and blending it out into the white one. We wanted to have like this nice transition shade to the white to the darkest turquoise.
Sä nyt niin eksperttiä.
Alexa
I'm
oli
not
kyllä
quite
se
sure
asia.
how to help you with that.
Jupaka.
Asia. You got some good memories from this video.
This no good memory. I will pick up also the pink shades or the pastel baby pinks and just apply the cheeks and also apply it on the nose. It looked a little bit too light, so I did deepen it up later on. And also on the nose I did apply also a tiny bit of the pastel purple. Then I take the Epic ink liner and apply just normal like winged eyeliner and also the inner corner. Then start making the eyebrows. They are kind of like high up and arched, so just gonna draw them on and just hope for the best that they would turn out symmetrically when I make the other one and that they would look great. So just drawing it up and then a little bit thickening out the line also. I did also outline kind of like my nose under nose shape and applied that kind of like tiny circle around the nose and a tiny circle on the tip of the nose. And then aligning out the head piece thing. So the face and the head is like separate. And then doing some shading lines to the gray areas on the bald cap, like just drawing lines in there. I did also deepen out the crease on the eyes with a black eyeshadow or the darkest gray on the JeffreeStar and also like with the black one with the cremated palette and made like that kind of like high arched eyeshadow on the crease and then applied white inner corner, also applying the black on under the eye on the nose bridge. Is it nose bridge or like between the eyes, like deepen out and apply black on there or the darkest gray, and then also on the temples and under the cheekbones. And since the black kind of like faded out on the eyes, I will deepen it out back with the NYX Epic ink liner. Then making the line to start under the eye and also making like these wrinkly parts under the eye and applying also the spike thing to go on the upper lid also. On the Lynn's artworks, there's always this tiny, cute, like highlight circle thing. So I'm just gonna apply that one also under the eyebrow. And we will be highlight them with the white paint later on. And then also apply the lines on the top eyelid part And I will be also highlighting them with the white paint, like line all the black lines with the white paint. I did start sketching out the outlines of the mouth with the Epic ink liner, and then also made the cheek, like those lines onto the cheek. Then I went back to finish like the eye look, so just with Epic ink applying like eyelashes. I won't be applying any fake eyelashes, so I will be drawing all the lashes in onto my top and bottom of the eye. And then I went off camera to make the other eye. And then we can continue with the mouth. So I will be just using the Sheen's eyeliner to sketch out the mouth shapes. It's like not so pigmented and you can get it off more easier, so just gonna use that one. And later on again going on top with the Epic ink liner. Using the black paint just to paint my lips, or they're not my lips anymore, but lips. And then doing like these sideways lines under the lip also, just to match with the whole look. And also I did add them lines under the nose also. And then with just the white paint lining again every piece, the lips and all the tiny lines that we made to highlight like the other side of the tiny lines. For the teeth I did shadow them tiny bit with the JeffreeStar Palette Grey eyeshadow. You cannot really see it that much, but now I'm just gonna use the white paint to kind of like line the teeth a bit better, so you could see a little bit some like shading there. And with the final touches I'm just gonna use the turquoise shades and just shadow the under the lips, now that I know where the lips are. So this is the finished look. What do we think? I think it turned out kinda cool. I'm not sure about how the mouth will look on the photos. Like, is it correct? I didn't... Usually when I film these kind of things, I normally take like photos of my phone and check it out, is everything like in a line, since it is hard to know when you are like looking more like downwards when at the mirror. So, but anyways, this is the finished look, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you on my next one.